Goddesses, get in here, get in here. It's time for Temple Tuesday, and I decided I would come to you from the space that will be transitioning into Temple Zena. So this is the classroom that I have been teaching in for the last 19 years that is in my home, and we are going to be having our last day on Friday. It will be the last day of our last school year ever, and I have a lot of mixed feelings about that because I've been working with kids for 27 years roughly, and in my home for the last 19 years. And my own kids went through school here. We were their teachers when they were in preschool. And so this is a Montessori preschool that I've been running, but it is now transitioning into the Temple Zena physical space. So I have my Temple Zena online stuff. Most of what I do is online, but I will also have a space here, and it will be a space where I can film and do demos and have a little bit more space to be able to do that. And I am just so happy to share it with you and take you on my journey. It will probably take a couple months for this to get all packed out and to start building in the new space, but that is the exciting news of what is going on here with me, which is both exciting and scary and sad to be saying goodbye, but also excited to take on this new venture and this new passion in life. So it's all good, but my emotions are a little like this. But I know that all of you goddesses have my back, and I am just so excited to share this with you. So excited. So that's what will be happening, and I'm looking forward to these Temple Tuesdays. And so for today's Temple Tuesday, what I wanted to do was say thank you to new members that have joined over the last few weeks. And if you're here in the group and you really don't know what to expect, that's okay. We're kind of in transition right now. We started out as a squat group, and then we kind of morphed into doing more exercises and into a booty group, but it's turning into more than just having a nice butt. So it is turning into just a wonderful space. And like I had posted earlier today, a no drama space. Like, this page has been going for a year and a half now or something, or close to that. And there's been like absolutely no drama, except for the guys that kind of want in. They caused me a little grief, and they're still trying to get in, even with the name change. So we've changed the name. And with that, I would like this to be, see some changes with the group structure. So before, this was really just an accountability page where you would come in, say what you're working on. I did my squats today, whatnot. But I'd love to see more than that happen here. So I'm doing some free training. So I'm going to be offering free trainings through this page or this group. We have a free training coming up August 4th that is going to be on losing fat and toning up, which is really building muscle. And so we're going to have a training, a Zoom training on how that process occurs and what people can do to support that process, and the things people do that actually are working really hard in the wrong direction for that to happen. So that's what that training will be. It'll be on August 4th. And I think the time looks like it's going to be at 5 o'clock. And there'll be a Zoom link. So it's free, but it won't be like a live on the page because I want to have more interaction with you. So if you are interested in doing that free training, please comment below and I will make sure that you get the link, or you can message me. And so I would love for this group to be women supporting each other on all levels of their fitness journey, but also a place where you can ask a lot of questions and a place that I can share information with you that I think will help and support you on your journeys. It looks like there were some more ideas of other trainings coming up, so there'll be a variety of different free trainings that are going to be offered as we go on. But the first one will be August 4th, which is a Wednesday at 5 o'clock. So, let me know if you want to do that. I think that would be some really helpful information, because that seems to be like one of the number one things people want to know is how can they lose fat and tone up. So I want to make sure I address that. What else? So if you're new to the group, we have a guides. There's a guide section at the top of the page. I do suggest that you pin the page, and you can go to the guide section. So if you pin the page, then you're going to see you'll see this page come up in your feed more readily, and it's easier to access. And if you go to guides, there's going to be guides to 3 exercises. So originally when I started this group, it was 100 squats a day for 100 days. That was the challenge. And then that had grown into something. And how that had started was I wanted to know, like, I was getting back into my routine, and I wanted to know what was the smallest thing that I could commit to doing every day, because I couldn't take on at that time a big chunk of activity. But I needed to get rolling and going again. So I decided I would start with just 100 squats a day. And you don't have to start out like doing 100. I had been pretty familiar with squats, so you would need to build up to that. And we'll talk about how to build up to the squats and some of the other exercises. But going past that, I developed something called the Daily 3, which are 3 sets of exercises. So it's squats and presses and an ab series that I developed. And that is what I wanted to achieve, was getting the minimum that I could do to create a full body workout, like a mini full body workout. So one of the things that when I first committed to squats was I wanted something that wasn't going to take a lot of time. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to wear anything special, and there was just no way. It didn't take a lot of time. There was just no way I could have an excuse for myself to not do it. So in order to start creating discipline to get back into a fitness routine, I wanted the easiest access to something in which I had the smallest amount of roadblocks to success. That's why I set it up that way. And it worked, because then it was sort of my entryway, got me moving, and entryway into doing much, much more. So with the Daily 3, the philosophy is the same. What is the minimum amount I could do to get a small full body workout if I couldn't do anything else that day, if I needed something to get me rolling? And with a lot of my clients who maybe haven't been doing any sort of strength training, this is where I start them. It's like my primer to get people into a disciplined pattern of doing something, and also getting the body ready to take on, getting ligaments, tendons, muscles ready to take on more weight. All of these exercises do not require anything. It's like a no excuse thing. Like, you cannot really come up with an excuse not to do the Daily 3 exercises. It's 100 squats a day. It's 100 presses. It's the abs series. Now, the way that I usually do it is I will break up my squats and my presses into sets. So it's 25 squats, 25 presses, 25 squats, 25 presses, until I've done 100 of each, and then I do the ab series at the end. That's generally how I do it. Now, I don't suggest someone come out of the gate doing it like that. Once you have built up to that, it really only takes 12 to 15 minutes to do. So time is not an excuse. You don't need to go anywhere to do it. So parking or driving or anything like that's not really an excuse. You don't need to wear anything special. I've done it in my street clothes. So I don't feel like changing my clothes as an excuse. There's no equipment necessary, so you don't have I don't have the stuff needed to do it excuse. Virtually, it would take you more time to come up with an excuse to not do the Daily 3 than to just do them. So that's what my goal was, to try to make something that was pretty much cleared out any roadblock you could put in your way to start small stepping you toward success. They are called the Daily 3, and once you have built up to doing them, they can be done daily because they're not weight bearing. So we're not using weights with our squats. We're not doing full push-ups. It's an incline press. And with the abs, we're not using any weight with that either. So they are safe to do every day. And that being said, of course, they don't have to be done every day. The reason I call them the Daily 3 is because they can be done every day, and they can act like an anchor. So typically I do them every day. On the days where I'm actually doing strength training, I will do them as a warm-up to my strength training. And I may not get through all 100. If I have a big strength training day, I might just use it as a warm-up. I might just do 25 to 50 squats, 25 to 50 presses. I always do my ab series because it reminds me to engage the core when I'm doing the heavier days. And so if you need to take a day off to take rest, you can, it's okay. But it's the anchor back. So if I get off course with my training, I know to come back to my Daily 3 to just get those done. Get the Daily 3 done, get the Daily 3 done. Or if I can't get to my workout that day for some reason, something has come up, I'm not gonna have time to do my regular hour-and-a-half strength training workout, at least I have my Daily 3. At least it gives me that something I feel like I can check the box to say I didn't miss today, I got something in. Because I always have the philosophy that unless it's a full rest day, Doing something is better than doing nothing if it's a training day and you can't get to all the training. So my purpose was excuse-free. You can't have roadblocks to it. It's a good place to start. It's an anchor. It's something that if you get off the path, you can come back to, and it's something to help you keep the rhythm of what you're doing in case some workouts are getting derailed by life. So that was my intention with that. And the daily 3 do really work for some people, well, for everyone, if they have not been doing a lot of strength training. Something that I hear from people a lot is that they started feeling stronger just from that right away. And then it gave them the confidence and the strength and the desire to do more training. Instead of having an expectation to go from 0 to 100, it's like, oh, I can go from 0 to 25, and then I can go from 25 to 50 to 75. Now I'm at 100. And that seems to be much more sustainable. Or when people try to go 0 to 100, sometimes it's not sustainable. They can't keep the momentum going, and then they get derailed again, and they ultimately don't have success. So this was sort of my little problem solver for that, and to help people baby step to their success. The way, if you're new to it, that you want to build up is to not do too much. If the point is to do them every day, you don't want to go so hard and heavy the first day out, like you've never done squats and you're going to do 100. The next day, you're not going to be able to do squats because you're not even probably going to be able to walk very well. So don't overdo it from the beginning. Build up to doing those 4 sets of 25, or even, sometimes I will do 100 all at once, but build up to it over time. So you could do 25 squats, 25 incline presses, do one of the exercises from the abs series. And maybe that's all you do for a week. Then maybe week 2, you do 2 sets of 25, or you do 25 squats in the morning, 25 incline presses in the morning. You're at one of the exercises from the abs series. And in the evening, you do 25 and 25 and one of the exercises from the abs series. And then maybe the next week you put those 2 sets together. Maybe it's, 2 sets of squats with 2 sets of incline presses and 2 exercises from the abs series. And week 3, you can add on the 3rd set. And week 4, you can add on the 4th set. So build up over time and slowly, so you don't end up making yourself so sore from doing it that you've got to take a couple days off, because that's what you have to do in order to let the muscles repair enough for you to go after it again. So remember, the point is to be able to do them daily, which means to build up slowly over time. For the people that I'm doing training with, that's where they start. And then once we introduce the strength training programs that they have, they will do that daily 3, like I said, as a warm up to their strength training for that day. And then on the next day, which might be a rest day from their strength training, they just do the daily 3, which is very mild. It just can get the blood moving. It's safe to do on a day in between workouts. And then they'll go into another strength training day. If they need to take an entire day off, they can leave the daily 3 out for a day. It's fine. It's fine. So that was my intention with those exercises. So you'll find all of those in the guides. You'll find the squats, you'll find the presses, and you will find the abs series. And you can always ask me questions. So you can either ask when you see the video, you can write underneath, or you can DM me and you can ask a question about those exercises, and I'm happy to clarify or go over form. So that being said about the daily 3, I said that I was thinking about a weekly challenge, but I think actually we'll make the challenge for August. We'll make that a daily 3 challenge. So the people that have been doing squats in the group, that have been doing their squats every day, I am encouraging you to now take on the incline presses and the abs series in your daily routine as well. So that is going to be our challenge for the month of August. We'll be doing the daily 3 as frequently as you can, checking in. So again, I'll run it where the person who has the most check-ins and says that they've completed it, that they will get a free coaching call with me at the end of the month. So we'll see who goes through and has the most check-ins and has been the most consistent about checking in with the daily 3, and then they will get a free coaching call in which I will go over with them, what their current food plan looks like, and any suggestions I might have, and what their current workout schedule looks like. And you can ask questions, and then you can have a free hour-long coaching call. So it will be our challenge for the month of August. We have the free training coming up on August 4th. And I think there was something else I was going to mention, but I can't remember what it is. But I'll be sure to come on and talk about it at some point. So that is where I want to start with our Temple Tuesday, going through and showing you my before of the classroom that will now be changing over, and talking to you about doing the challenge with the daily 3. So that's what's coming up, and our training. And there were a couple other things that came up. So, oh, I know what it was. So we did a poll, and I saw where people were talking about that motivation was one of their big barriers. So on the next Temple Tuesday, we're going to talk about motivation. We're going to have a good talk about motivation that I think you will all find very helpful. And so that'll be coming up next Tuesday. And then, like we said, we had their training. Oh, and then on another poll, I was asking what people wanted to learn about, and that was really interesting. So a lot of you with the free training wanted to know about, oh, I think it was arms. There was a lot of people that wanted to know about, no, abs. It was abs. Everybody always wants to know about abs. So we will have a free training on abs, but I think all of the subjects that were in the poll, because different things got voted on, I think those will form the basis of the next few free trainings that come along. And if you have an idea or something that you'd like to see in a training, please comment below, message me, I'll put it on my list. So I'm just creating a list of things to cover. And yeah, so glad that you're here, glad that you're part of this process with me. I'd love to see more people in the group. So if you have someone you'd like to invite in, let's try to get our group numbers up again as we go through, and we have so much more to share. And I will see you guys, well, I'll probably see you before next Tuesday. I'll probably come on live or something, but I'll see you posting. I love seeing your posts. Keep posting, keep encouraging each other. Let us know what you're doing. And goddesses, let's make it happen.